Christian, one, your business must be purpose-driven. Two, it must be people-centered. And if your business is people-centered, please let's go back. Yes. If your business is people-centered, you will treat your customers and you will treat your workers with some level of dignity, some level of respect. And I was on the point that a lot of us here, Christians, who have customers walk into our work premises, and instead of us to see the image of God in them and treat them and accord them the necessary respect so that they can see, right, the godlike nature in us, we treat them as customers, just customers, as the secular businesses do. Yesterday, we were told that your business should be your pulpit, right? If your business is your pulpit, you know that that customer that is coming in, right, is another church member. When I say another church member, a church member in the sense of the global church. And you accord the necessary respect in treating that customer. You must profit responsibly. Your profit or your income for your business, once you have structured it as a kingdom business, because you have designed it to glorify God and serve people with excellence, your profit margin will be responsible and reasonable, right? A lot of us, we complain. Yes, things are becoming expensive. Things, every time they've pegged the price to $1, the dollar comes down, you go back and you are still complaining that the price is the same. Who are the people in the market? About 70% of the people in the market are you and I Christians. Why do we have to complain? We need to act and structure our businesses as kingdom businesses designed to glorify God, right? To earn profit sustainably. Next slide. So I will go to my next session, the biblical foundation for business. You will tell me that, please keep it here, you will tell me that it is business and it is not church. So church, you treat church things different and you treat your business different. But you need to remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Right? It is not the extent of how much margin you extract from the trade that will define your business, whether your business will become sustainable or profitable. It is the blessing from God. Let's go. Next slide. I want to just announce to everyone that yes, you have founded your business, but let's make it clear here. God is the sole proprietor of that business. Any business you have found, God is the sole proprietor. You are a steward. A steward, it means that you are holding that business, right, instead, in place for God. It has just been trusted in your care. The idea, you want to say it is my idea. No, it is not your idea. Do you own your thoughts? So your business must be designed to glorify God. If you recognize the fact that God is the sole proprietor of your business, you remember that God owns everything. And he owns your business, including your talent. You will know that you are managing the business in place of God. Jesus rewarded those who multiplied their master's investment. So you are just here multiplying, and serving his people. So he has given you his talent to serve his people. And if you know that you are a steward, what must you do as a steward? You must be accountable. Right? Even though in the natural sense of things, the business is for you, you must be accountable. For each of us will give an account of ourselves to God. Right? How did I engage in the habit of profiteering to the extent that I have squeezed people into indignity? I look at my area and nobody is selling food. So because I am the only one selling food, I'm going to price it so high as a form of punishing the people. That is not how a kingdom business should operate. Next slide. I want to bring some highlight about the problems with doing business as usual. So when you are doing business as usual, you will not care about anything I've said so far. The only thing you will be looking at is profit without purpose. So when you are profiting without purpose, what are you going to be doing? Who else is selling what I am selling around? Nobody. Okay, at this point, I can increase the profit. If you continue in that manner to run a business, yes, your business will be profitable, but you as the individual running the business, you will be burned out. Right? You will be filled with anxiety because you are always worrying, okay, what can I do to the price at this point? Should I increase it? Should I leave it? People don't like me. Yes, people, of course, will not like you because you are squeezing them. Right? The glory of God must be seen in your business. Success without significance. I know a lot of you. Yes, you mentioned that, yes, of all his businesses, of all his success, nobody respects him. He's only respected because of his money. Yes, if you continue doing business as usual and you don't design your business as a kingdom business, you will fall victim to some of these problems that come with doing business as usual. You plan without prayer. You keep saying that I'm looking for money to expand my business, and when I get money, I will do A, B, C, and D. What stops you, a child of God, from backing that with prayer? What stops you? Or prayer is only for church? Values on the wall, not in the culture. So those of you who have your workplaces, you go and then paste over there, God is the provider, God is great, right? Humility, this. But it is just on the wall. When people are doing business with you, they don't see the values the Christian values that you claim to abide by, that you have pasted on the wall. They don't see it in the transaction. Next slide. So, what are the 7 pillars? If at this point today you are here hearing this message and you say that, okay, I want to rethink my way of doing business, I have 7 pillars for a kingdom business plan. Let's go. The first one, your vision and purpose. Why did God put this business on your heart? Why? The why is very important for a kingdom business. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to sell this thing? For me, why am I running an accounting service? Why? Your vision must answer the following. Where is God calling this business to go? What problems are you uniquely positioned to solve? What will success look like in the next 5 to 10 years? By the time we get to the funding part, looking for funding part, you will now see the importance of this for raising funding. What will success look like in the next 5 years? How does this business serve the kingdom? And then there's a small formula here for a kingdom mission, right? If the business, we do what? So I want to use like a legal service. Say somebody has a law firm, right? I want to answer this for you. We, in the example, we provide affordable legal services. So that's what is in bracket for small business owners so that they can build sustainable livelihood free from exploitation, reflecting God's justice. If it is the case that you are feeling shy, right, to put the God in the mission, right? If you remove reflecting God's justice, you still have a very perfect kingdom mission. You are just not explaining that it is reflecting God's justice. Next slide. The next pillar, ethics and values. Whatever is true, noble, right, and the rest, think about such things, right? If you are doing business and you claim to be a Christian, honesty and integrity is very important. Honesty and integrity is very important. If you tell somebody that I am selling this item for 5 cedis, it shall remain 5 cedis. You will not look into the person's eyes and see desperation and tell the person that, oh, the price has changed from the supplier, so now it is 8 cedis. Because you can smell desperation. When somebody calls you and asks, we want to buy A, B, C, and D from you, what is the price? When you tell the person that it is 5 cedis, the person can trust your word that when I come tomorrow to buy, it is 5 cedis. Honesty and integrity. No hidden fees or no hidden fees. So that's for people like me. We those who are offering the services, right? You don't go and announce a service price at 100 cedis just to get the customer to walk in. And then you start and you tell the customer that, yes, 5 cedis is only for the first part, but then 100 cedis is only for the first part, but if you want part 1 and 2, then part 2 is 500 cedis, part 3 is 1,000 cedis. But you know deep down your heart that when you collect that 100 cedis and you offer what you claim is the service for 100 cedis, it is useless to the customer. But then you only announce the price that can entice them in. Excellence. I believe we all understand what it means to work with excellence, right? That yes, I am giving you my best at all times. Fairness. And the fairness work in 2 ways, right? Fairness in wages for your workers and fair treatment, fair prices. You must work with compassion. Treat your customers and your employees well as image bearers, right? As bearing the image of God. Imagine it is God, the God that we all claim to be worshiping. Imagine it is that God that is there as your employee. How are you going to react to that stuff? Imagine it is that God that is coming to your office, your shop to buy. How are you going to treat that person? But each of us, everybody that walks to your shop must be seen as an image bearer. Next slide. Next pillar. Your product and services. I think the biggest question over here is that does what you sell genuinely make people's lives better? When you are developing your product, is what you are selling, does it make people's life genuinely better? Or is it just a way to exploit them? Does your product do what you are telling the customers it does? Does your service do what you are telling your customers it does? Is your quality a reflection of God's given standard? Are you solving a real problem, or you are just chasing trend? That goes back to my COVID example. Right? Did you intend to solve a real problem, or that could be used in a way that would dishonor God? You have to reconsider. Let's go to the fourth pillar. Yes. Financial stewardship. You must understand that since you are structuring your business as a kingdom business, money is a kingdom too. The scripture over there is saying that bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, test me and see. Yes, but it is not about tithing. For the purpose of this presentation, it is not about tithing. It is that if you are doing business as a kingdom businessman, you must contribute to the church. I'm not saying that you must contribute to the church from your salary as an employee. I'm saying that you must contribute to the church from the business, from the revenue of the business. How do you treat your team? Your team, again, as hello. Right? Your team are the people you are working with. It's your ministry. And because it is your ministry, you are hiring for character. Right? Does this person bear the values and character that I need to operate a kingdom business? Is this someone that will treat my customers as image bearers, as God's image bearers? Or this is somebody that yourself, you can see that this is danger from afar? Please, let's go to the next slide. Then the next slide talks about your community. If you are operating a business in a community, the community must feel your presence. Right? Your immediate community must feel your presence. You must be a blessing to that community. You should be able to mentor the young ones in the community. You should not despise your community. You should be able to offer some level of employment in your community. These are the key pillars for developing a kingdom business plan. At this point, from the perspective of the Bible, you are able to structure and identify your vision, your plan. You are able to recruit and identify your team the God's way. And then affect your community. Let's go to the last pillar. The last pillar, because it's a kingdom business plan, you must not neglect the spiritual aspect of your business. Prayer and spiritual discernment. Do you have a spiritual routine for your business? How often do you pray over your business? If you have a major decision that is facing your business, what do you do? From my understanding or from my reading of the room yesterday, investment is a big, right? As business owners, how have we treated that decision? Have you prayed over it? Have you reflected? Do you know that the Holy Spirit knows all things? And that do you know that through the Holy Spirit, you can get the right partner? For a kingdom business, you can never do without prayer and spiritual discernment. Let's go to the next session. Yes, so these are practical steps. At this point, if you are reflecting and you are saying that I have been doing my business a different way, but I want to reconsider how to run this business and run it the God's way, at this point, by now, you should be going through the framework so far to be writing down your kingdom mission. What are you doing for who? The who is your customer. What you are doing basically is the purpose of your business. To whom? And what outcome are you expecting? You need to list at least 4 top kingdom values that you want to run your business with. You need to have a prayer routine for your business. And then you audit one business practice at a time. And I think we are all guilty of this, right? At the point of hearing the message, you are so encouraged, so pumped up, and you are saying that now, when I leave here, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm not going, and you start planning in your head, this is what you are going to do. I start day 1, day 2, by day 3, go back to factory setting, where you started from. So you will need an accountability partner. Probably one of your colleagues here that is hearing the same message with you, that is making that same decision that for me, I want to change the way I'm running my business, so that you too can become accountability partners. These are the decisions I've made going forward. And then he will also tell you, these are the decisions I've made going forward. Once a week, you can reflect, are you still going on? What have you done so far? Then you will realize that, the other partner is falling off. And, you made a firm commitment that this is how you want to go from that day. Encourage the person. When you are also falling, let that person encourage you. You can't do this all by yourself. Next slide. Yes. Some pitfalls to avoid in the journey. Faith language without practices. Yes, I received the contract in Jesus' name. Yes, but what have you done? Have you done the work that is required for you to receive the contract? A company is looking for suppliers, and then they've opened it up. You too, your company says that I can provide the service. But they are saying that put in some proposal. Have you done that work before shouting that you have received the contract in Jesus' name? Have you put in the work? The faith talk alone is not enough. You must back the faith talk with action. Do the work. And then when you add the faith talk to it, then we make progress. Don't leave here today saying that now you are doing business the kingdom way. So you are a kingdom businessman. So you will speak things to pass without doing the work. Nothing will change. In fact, things will be worse off. Comparing your season to others. Oh yes, myself and Kofi, we started our businesses together. Within 3 years, Kofi is all successful, why am I still struggling? Is your season the same as Kofi's season? No. Neglecting self-care as a form of stewardship. Yes, I need this, my business to succeed. So I am just going to be working at all costs. Right? You work excessively beyond your normal 8 hours. Yes, it's fine because you are the owner, the main steward of the business to sometimes do maybe 10, 12 hours. But when you start going excessively, saying that you must kill yourself for the business to succeed, you may get to the point of success, but then you may never have the strength to even enjoy the fruits of your success. Treating your business as an idol. That's the problem. Away from, one, from God, two, from your family, and then from your faith community. And then in the end, you end up having what? A very so-called successful business, but you end up losing your family, you end up losing your soul. These are 4 main pitfalls we as Christians must guard against. Next slide. At a glance, this is what your kingdom business plan should be looking like. What is your kingdom mission statement? Describe in detail the product or service you are offering. You must have that clarity of thought that when somebody meets you, oh, what do you do? It's not now that I come to think, what am I selling? What do I do? No, you must define that, and that is key to raising funding. Because you may never know where you will meet your financier. And then out of a friendly conversation, you are asked, what do you do? And you can't clearly state the product you are offering or the services you are offering. Financial stewardship. You must learn to manage your money. These are also very important in your effort to raise funds. Your people and culture strategy. You must identify, you must know clearly who you serve and who you serve with. Who you serve are your customers. Who you serve with are your team. And how they should behave towards each other. And then your impact in the community and giving plan. And then the last one, prayer and discernment. Once you have stated all this today, right, you have gotten the framework of your kingdom business plan. Next slide. Yes, I want to believe this is the part that most of you are waiting for. You are looking for investment. But funding follows preparation, and your kingdom business qualifies for both kingdom and conventional resources. But how ready are you for that funding? See, have you been hearing that there's no money in Ghana? We all hear it, right? But do you know that there are businesses that anytime they are looking for money, they always get? If there's no money, then we should all not get the funding. But the difference between we, those who will say there is no money in Ghana, and the people who will get it is readiness. How ready are you? And for funding, it is not just about money. So I'll walk you through some of the steps, and then hopefully it will be useful to some businesses here. We claim we are looking for money or we are looking for funding. But at this point, which type of funding are we looking for? I just want two people to tell me. If nobody is saying it, it means that nobody needs money for their business. Grants. Okay. Any other one? Sorry? Loans. Yes. And I want to believe mostly we are all looking at loans. My job today is to explain the different types and for you to understand that you don't have to solely rely on loans. If you ask me, I will tell you that there are more resources to support businesses than there are businesses that need the resources. The difference is preparedness and how ready you are. We'll look at, I want to believe that if we will be honest here, half of us in this room who are running businesses, if we'll be honest with our answer, we are all looking for loans. But loans are very, 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 very expensive. Very, 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 very expensive. And for most traders, I know the go-to place is quick loans. But I'll tell you here, MTN will not be happy with me about that, but quick loans is the most expensive capital you can ever think about. The most expensive capital you can ever think about. It's around 9% for 1 month. Can somebody do 9 times 12 for me? 9 times 12. 108, yes. So if you are saying, if you think quick loan is cheap, right, and you take quick loan every month to support your business, by the time the year ends, if you do that for 12 months, the interest you have paid on that business is 108%. More than the money in 1 year. You, this same person sitting here, right? If you are told to go to a bank for a loan, and the banks, their loans are expensive, but when you hear that word 30%, oh, 30% is too much. Is that not the case? And 9% is what? Is small. But that 30% is what? Is over, is for what? The full year. That quick loan 9% is just that 1 month. In that 1 month, you must pay it back and pay it back with the interest. So now let's look. So we have loans, grants, and government programs. Do you know of any government programs? I believe the speakers after me will do justice to the government programs. But how ready are you to take advantage of the rest? The reason most of you or most of us go for quick loan is that we don't do the necessary work. So when you go to quick loan says that, hey, I don't know you. All I know are your transaction records that I'm seeing. My risk is so big, you might not pay me. So because my risk is big, 9%. Okay, if the 9%, as I'm explaining to you right now, that is very expensive, why don't we do the work that is needed so that we can get the better options? There is another one called investment and equity. The more fanciful speakers will say that, yes, you have to go to what? An equity firm or an investment company so that they will put a term sheet and then invest into your company. Yes, that is nice. You will say that, no, as for me, I am not cut out for that, and then I am not ready for that. But then, do you know that your neighbor can actually be that investor in your company? But you need to do some things to give confidence to that neighbor that when I invest in your business, you will not take the money and go and buy the next phone. You will not take the money and say that, no, where I'm staying there is too small, and then change your house. There are some things you must do to be able to qualify for each of them. We belong to some form of association. Right? There are some crowdfunding platforms in Ghana. And then a group partnerships. Right? Oh, I'm doing this, you are doing that. Okay. On my own, how far can I go? If we come together, we can pool resources. Okay, we can achieve more. These are all different funding mechanisms that you can use to support your business. Next slide. So there is an interesting funding mechanism that was missing on the earlier page. If you retail and you are faithful in your dealings, do you know that your supplier can give you the items on credit? Do you know that is funding your business? Yes. The credit your supplier gives you is actually investment from the supplier into your business. So, let's say I sell provisions. And then every month I stock my shop from a distributor worth 10,000. So every month I have to find 10,000 to go to the distributor, buy and stock my shop. And then along the line, I need to expand the business. So now demand is going high. So I need to increase my supply from 10,000 to 15,000, but I don't have the 5,000. Most of us here will run to quick loan for 5,000. And you will pay the 9% on the 5,000. That's about 400 or 450 cedis. You will pay it. But if you work diligently and your Christian values show in how you deal with the supplier, right? You will go with 10,000 and the supplier will give you credit of 5,000 and you will get your 15,000. That 5,000 that the supplier has given you, there's no interest though. No, there's no interest. So sometimes the cry we cry that we need funding, it is that we either one, don't have the right information, or we have the information but we are not processing it the right way. You go to the supplier and then you say, oh, supplier, oh, now I want 15,000, but as usual, I only have the 5,000, the 10,000. The supplier will watch and then try to assess you. So what they are doing is that they are trying to now assess their risk. And if they are okay, they may not give you 5,000 for the first time. They will give you 2,000. So instead of 15,000, you have 12,000. The question is, they will tell you, pay in 2 weeks' time or pay in 1 month's time. If you faithfully pay, you can go back again. When you faithfully pay, you can get now your 15,000. if you continue and you are faithful as a Christian and as a Christian doing business, and that Christianity, that light is shining through your business, I don't think you will ever cry and say that you are going for loan. Except that at that point, the level of expansion you want to do, probably now you want to compete with the distributor. Now, if you are going to anyone to go and access fund, to go and look for funding, what would they be looking for? What would they be assessing? And I'm happy the next set of speakers are here and they'll be able to support me on some of these points. That anytime you go to any of them, whether the bank, whether any government agency, that this is my business. I'm looking for 5,000. I'm looking for 100,000. What would they be? What they will be listening to you, but as they are listening to you, they are assessing you. What are they looking for? Question: who are you, and what do you do? That who are you? You are saying that I am Kingsley, and then my business is DeftPal. I provide accounting services. You are saying, I'm the one saying, how true is it? So they want to identify who you are. In identifying who you are you registered? The registration makes you identifiable. You don't necessarily need to go and register your company with the Registrar General. You can first of all start with your district. Go to the resource center. Tell them, yes, I have this business. I'm producing shoe on small scale. Maybe every week I produce 10 shoes. What support can you give me? They will register you. So first of all, you are recognized, at least by a government institution. You can say that you don't have money to go through all the process, all the Registrar General complication. Yes. But if you have the money to go through that complication, all the better. It even makes it sweeter. That yes, the person you are going to can now identify you. And then can you explain your mission and your model? The best way is that you can explain your model in 60 seconds. You know why 60 seconds is very important? It depends on where you are meeting the funder. In a setting like this, here we are. Yeah, yes. Let's say there's somebody that manages a funder has come here. And you have met the person. Do you really have 30 minutes to explain your business to that person? No. But if in 60 seconds you can explain that business to the person, for the person to say, oh, this is interesting, this is nice. The person will say, next week or next 2 weeks, I'm available in the office. Come and meet me at this time. And then that's what opens your opportunity to access fund. They want to find out, can you manage your money? At this point, they don't know. They are meeting you for the first time. The only way they can tell whether you can manage your money is that they'll start demanding some things from you. They want to see your books. Now, do you mix your personal expenditure with that of the business? Is your business bank account your personal bank account? Are the transactions going on in that account, are they really business expenses or they are personal expenses? So, the person is now assessing and making that decision and looks at this, like, oh, this one. If I give him the money, if I give her the money, they'll spend it. If the money will not go anywhere close to the business. So, once you start, you need need to be purposeful about how you do things. Let's even say that you've not registered a business, so you can't even get a business account. But do you know that you can open 2 personal accounts in your name? Yes. And know that, account A is for the business. So every transaction in this personal account is business. But every transaction in this personal account is personal. And then when you explain to them that, yes, it is because you have not formally registered the business, so you can't get a business account. But this account, everything there is business. Now they'll start looking at you and thinking about you differently. This is somebody that has thought through and is intentional about how they are handling their business. And this is somebody I can give money to. I have a question, and I need a quick answer. If I come to you looking for money to expand my business, but you've seen me around and you realize that even food to eat, I don't have, will you give me money to go and do business? Why? I'll use the money to feed myself. That is the risk when you miss your business transactions with your personal life. Then the next thing is that if you pass the first 2, the third one, can you deliver and repay the money when it is a loan? If it's a loan, okay, you've separated your life from the business, but we are okay with you at this point. Can you really deliver value and pay the loan back? If you can't, you will not get the money. And you yourself should be able to assess this very early, even before you decide the option to take. Ask yourself, my monthly income is 10,000. My expenses are 8,000. So my profit window is 2,000. If I go for any loan, that will require that I will pay monthly 3,000 and 3,500. You know from start that you can't. So don't even decide that you are going for a loan. Start thinking, what are my other options? Next slide, and then I'll wrap up. So the things I mentioned, right? How can you become identifiable? I've put together a quick checklist that if you are deciding from here today that you want to do the right things and structure your business in the right way, this is a quick checklist for you. Formalization and okay, we can the previous one. Yes, I will wrap up on this page. Some of the common mistakes that is seen on the application for funding. So that thing, round number, I need 50,000. It's strange. You go to anyone saying that I need 50,000 to put in my business. I need 100,000 to put in my business. I need like that round number, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's so strange. To do what? For me, anytime I am working with anyone or reviewing any form of application and I see this round number, I know it is danger. It is danger because the person has not done the work. The person has not thought through what the person is going to use the money for. If you have thought through what you want to use the money for, to say, let's say you are looking for money to maybe expand your business, right? In the expanding, what do you want to do? Maybe you want to buy some machines. Have you checked the price of the machine? In checking the price of the machine, how many pieces do you want? You want a bigger office space. Have you checked the type of office space you are looking for? Have you checked the location? Do you know the price? Now, when you do all these things, when you do this work and you put them together to now come up to the total amount you are looking for. There is nowhere you will see 00000 in queue like that. There is nowhere. You don't need, if you are really bent on succeeding in your business, you don't need to treat your business as an option. Whatever is important to you, you really take good care. You must take good care. Whatever is really important to you, you put in the work. For the women, if it's about going to the wedding, if it's about going to the funeral, because it is important to you, you will do everything that is required to fit in. Do that for the business. For the men, those of you that watch ball and the others, because the football is important to you and you are so bent on watching it, you will put in all the necessary sacrifices to make sure that you are watching the ball. If you really value your business the same way you value the other things that are important to you, you need to put in the work of recording your expenses, recording your income. If you claim you are running your business right now, right? Most of you, how much is your sales for last month? No, last week, the entire week. How much is your sales? Most of you don't know. How much profit have you made? Most of you don't know. You need to start putting in the work. You see, the record doesn't need to be accurate too. You must just demonstrate to the person that is willing, that is now thinking and assessing your record and thinking of putting in the money. You must just demonstrate to that person that, yes, you spend time to think of the business. Because if you don't spend time to think of your business, why should that person come and put in the grants that they are in charge of, come and put it in your business? If you don't spend time to put in the work, why should that loan or microfinance person that is making the decision, why should they put that money in your business? We must be conscious as God's people. We must be conscious as Christians to make sure that the diligence and excellence of Christ reflects in our businesses as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley Gabiso. Well, let's give it up for him. A lot. We need to sit down and analyze certain things. If we want to see our business in the next level, we need to sit down, analyze all these things. Amen. This program was successful because we had partners supporting us. We have Amanex Company Limited who came to support us. So let's give it up for them. We also have Ike France Travel and Consults who was here to support us. Amen. And we have Christ Kingdom Christian Mission International. This auditorium was given to us to actually minister. Amen. We have someone in our midst. We have a pioneering Ghanaian high life musician who took the industry by storm in 1990 with her debut album, Frema. She's known for her high energy dance and choreography, and she's a co-founder of the Nacorex Group, a creative entrepreneur who runs her own restaurant and actively mentors the next generation. Distinguished ladies and guests, with a hand of applause, let's welcome our own mother, Akosia Japon, as she climbs the stairs. Oh, let's give it up for her.
Good evening. Please, how are you all doing? This is a quick one. to Seminium 9 a day program. You. God bless you, sir. You're right. Because most of the time it's like we go for the loans and we have other plans. So the next time that the bankers come around, they didn't even use the money for what you said you're going to use it for. But rather, there was this funeral and I had to use it and a whole lot. And then when some of us go for the loans too, then our husbands will come and take some of the loans. They don't pay. So this is some of the husbands, not all of them. So some of the men are owing their wives. And then as soon as the bankers come around, it's like Fireji Isunsuju Kanyansuju Missy Fireji Isunsuju Kanyansuju. Every Saturday piano by. 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 If you're ready, so suit you. Bank for labor. Yenja quick lonely you. Yaboka. That was small.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mommy. Okay, moving to the next. We have an advisor at the Accra Business Advisory Center. Ladies and gentlemen, with a hand of applause, let's invite Mame Oforiwa Siao Misa as she mounts the stage. Let's give it up for her as she's coming. Let's give it up for her.
Good evening, everyone. So I go by the name Mame Oforiwa Siao Misa as she introduced me. I'm a business advisor with the Ghana Enterprises Agency. We are under the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness, and my office is with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. So I'm here to give a brief presentation on the services GA offers to MSMEs in Ghana. So please, if you can, okay, sure. Please, next slide, please. Next slide. So before we transitioned to becoming Ghana Enterprises Agency, we were known as the National Board for Small Scale Industry. So our first executive director was appointed in 1985, and our first BAC is Business Advisory Center, was opened in Kumasi in 1990. So we first had our first female executive director, which was appointed by the then president, which was His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. So an act was passed, and then we transformed to Ghana Enterprises Agency. So we at Ghana Enterprises Agency, our main mandate is to promote micro, small, and medium enterprises in Ghana. Please, the next slide. Next slide. Yes. So our mandate is to coordinate, implement, and monitor the activities of Ghana MSME sector. We know in Ghana, the MSME sector contributes a large percentage of our GDP. So we at Ghana Enterprises Agency, we've been mandated to coordinate and implement all the activities the SME sector has for the country. Also, our vision is to see a vibrant entrepreneurial economy by fostering the growth and development of MSMEs. Our mission is to improve the competitiveness of MSMEs by facilitating the provision of business development programs and integrated support services. Please, the next slide. So about GA, our head office is located at Ridge, close to Kempinski Hotel. We have 8 directorates at the head office. We are in all the 16 regions of Ghana. We have 210 BACs and 37 BRCs. And the figure is not accurate because we are more than 584 employees as we stand now. So our relevance in the country is, as I said earlier, the MSME employ more than 10% of Ghana's GDP. 90% of businesses registered in Ghana are MSMEs. And also the government believes in MSME sector's potential to reduce unemployment rates, grow the economy, and bridge the gap of poverty. So our strength is, as I said earlier, we are in all the 16 regions of Ghana. We provide extensive business development service through technical and entrepreneurship skills training, mentorship, and then coaching. We also have an enabling environment for interventions of access to finance, access to markets, regulatory support, and then tech transfer. Also, we have a diverse partnership that provides complementary business support services. We usually partner with international bodies such as the World Bank and then also with MasterCard Foundation and then other international bodies as well. So our priority groups are the youth. Yes, we believe that the youth, like upcoming youth, have business ideas. Some want to start their own business. Some don't want to do the 9-to-5 jobs that is regular. So our priority is the youth, and then women. We believe in women empowerment. So most of our projects, most of our programs are for women, yes. And also persons living with disabilities. They are a little bit disadvantaged when it comes to opportunities. So they are also part of our priority group. And then marginalized groups as well. So there are associations and then the rest. Please, the next slide. Next slide, please. The next slide. Sorry. The next slide. Next slide. Yes. So GEA's strategy. So the first strategy is resources. We assist the coordination of efforts and resources to support MSMEs. So we do that through capacity building trainings and then also entrepreneurship trainings as well. So then the second one is initiatives. So initiatives to equip and support businesses in good business practices, access to technology, technical assistance, markets, and then finance. So with the initiatives, we at GEA, we come up with initiatives that will help and promote MSMEs in Ghana. So we have projects centered on those things that would equip you in starting your own business. If you already have a business too, we assist you, and then those initiatives help you to expand and then promote your business. And then also we empower, building strong institutional infrastructure to meet SME needs. And then we develop MSMEs, so through business development services providers, programs which provide conducive business environments to propel their growth through access to information and regulatory support. And then inclusion, as I stated earlier, we include women entrepreneurs because we believe in women empowerment, and then vulnerable groups like persons with disabilities. Here's the next slide. Yes. So our services at GEA, we access to market and regulatory support. With the access to market, we know it's difficult for MSMEs and then upcoming entrepreneurs to have access to market. They don't know how to sell their products. They don't know how to sell their services to people. So we at GEA, we assist you in having access to market. And also we provide business development services. So like I said earlier, if you want to start a business, you don't know how to draft a business plan, you come to us, we assist you to draft a business plan. We take you through capacity building trainings to improve upon you, the individual, and then also your business. And then access to finance. We assist you to gain access to finance. We being a government agency, we solely rely on the government for funds. And then also, if there's any international body that wants to support MSMEs with finances, we help you get those finances. And with the access to finance, like what our brother mentioned earlier, when you need to access finance, you need your documentations intact. So for instance, like he mentioned, who are you and what do? You first have to register your business. You first have to locate. You can come to us before you even go to the ORC, but usually it's advisable that you visit the office of the registrar of company to register your business. And then, because if someone wants to invest in your business, registering your business makes it look authentic. If your business is registered, someone can gain trust in you. Oh, I'm investing in this business because I know that it's registered. Or I can easily trace the person. If it's a loan, I can easily trace the person for the repayment. And if it's a grant too, I can easily see and monitor how the person is using the grant. So with access to finance, we assist you through loans, we assist you through grants, and also we help you and link you to some financial institutions which have very low interest rates for MSMEs. Some banks have SME friendly, so they have a package solely for SMEs. So when you want finance, you can easily walk to those financial institutions and then they can assist you with the finance that you need. Also, when it comes to the finance aspects too, records keeping, it's one of the important things they look out for. So if you don't keep your records, like how will we know that the business you are doing, you are either generating profits or you are generating loss? And no investor would want to invest in a business that is generating loss. So for businesses, when you want to access finance, you need to keep your records, up-to-date records, not this year I'll keep my records, the next year I'll leave it. Like monthly, you should be keeping your records. Yeah. And we also provide technical assistance as well. Please, the next slide. Yes. So like I mentioned earlier, we do access to business development services. We do OSHEM trainings, which is occupational safety, health and environmental and management trainings. We do value chain management trainings. We give you informations to seminars and sensitization programs, which helps and promotes MSMEs in Ghana. We also do incubation. If you have a business idea you want to bring it up to, we train you on how to bring those ideas up. We train you through pitching. When you want to pitch your business to an investor, we help you get the right words to say to the investor for the investor to invest in your business. We do digitalization training. We do entrepreneurship seminars, literacy and numeracy skills, and then start your business workshop, food and hygiene safety workshop, records keeping, business management. Anything that would promote your business, anything that will help your business to grow, we at GEA, that is our priority. We want to see MSMEs develop. We want to see MSMEs grow in Ghana. So we at GEA, that is our main focus and that is our main priority. And then also Kaizen. We partnered with the JICA International Corporation. So Kaizen is a Japanese word and a Japanese term that helps businesses to improve on their productivity. We had the opportunity to take Amanex through the Kaizen program, and to the glory of God, we've seen positive improvements in Amanex. So if you're a business here and you want to improve on your business, you want to improve on the productivity of your business, I would introduce Kaizen to you. It's a very interesting and a very good terminology and training that would help your business. It doesn't matter if you have 5 employees. It doesn't matter if you have 10 employees. When you see us, we would assist you and then we'll take you through those trainings. And then also entrepreneurship training and then startup kits. We help you. So we have this project ongoing which is called the MasterCard Business in a Box training. So the main focus is on entrepreneurship training and then regulatory support. I'll speak to that later on. And then also we do Mastercrafts persons training. Please, the next slide. So these are our services that we do. We have a whole lot of services that we do. So these are some of them that we do at GEA. Please, the next slide. Yes. So GEA, we run through projects. We do projects. So these are projects that we've done and completed. So we did an SME innovation and digitalization project with GIZ, where we supported MSMEs with a website, one WhatsApp business, like to create a WhatsApp business for their business. And then also, if you have a social media handle or you want to open a social media handle, this project was centered on you being on the social media and then you being digital. So we supported 410 women, and then now these MSMEs are able to increase and widen their customer base. Yeah. So please, the next slide. Also, we had this coronavirus alleviation program business support scheme, which was introduced by the president, the former president, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. So this was a loan and then a grant project. So over 523 million Ghana cedis were disbursed to businesses in Ghana to invest it in their business and to promote their business. So over 300,000 businesses were beneficiary of the CABAS project, and 57% were loan receivers, which were women. Because I mentioned earlier, our priority, women is one of our priority groups, so 57% of them received the loans, and then 71% were grants receivers. Please, do we know the difference between a loan and then a grant? Please, can anyone tell me the difference between a loan and then a grant? Because I've been mentioning loan grants. So can anyone? Nobody? Nobody, okay. But then I believe we all know what a loan is. Okay. So it's non-payable, yes. So grant is like free money, but it's not free. I say it's not free because when the grant is given to you, whoever gives you the grant would want to know what you are going to use the grant for. That's the first step. Is that a question? Thank you. So he mentioned that grant is usually tied to your outcome. Yes. So we want to know what you use the grant for. It's not that you are coming to take the grant and then you're going to use it for something else. Usually there's an application that you put through. So in that application, assuming you are a baker, you want to purchase an oven and you apply for the grant, stating that you need about 4,300 cedis to buy the oven. Whoever is giving you the grant would want to see the oven after you've received the grant. It's not that you are going to receive the money and then use it to buy a car or use it to buy a house or use it to go and marry. No. We want to see what you stated in the application, the grant application. Yes, so that we monitor the progress of your business and the outcome, as our brother mentioned. So please, can we move to the next slide? This is also one of the projects we've already done. It was linked to the COVID-19 because when COVID-19 came, businesses were really affected. So 71 million Ghana cedis in grants and loans were disbursed to 228,169 beneficiaries. So these are just figures for you. Please, can we move to the next slide? So this is also a project that we've done and completed with. So it's called the MasterCard Foundation Young Africa Works. This project was focused on job creation through entrepreneurship. We exceeded our goal, which was 39,000, or creating 39,000 jobs for young women and men in Ghana. So with the Young Africa Works, we trained people who wanted to start their businesses, and also businesses that need regulatory support. So with the regulatory support, I'm talking of FDA. If you need a product that needs and requires FDA certification, through this project, we supported 2011 beneficiaries to receive their FDA certificates. Please, the next slide. So our ongoing project. So this is also done. We did a Youth Start Ghana Jobs and Skills training project. This project was focused on employment and job creation. So, and job creation and then grants as well. So, youth between 18 to 35 went through this training. It was in 3 stages. So, we had the basic, the intermediate, and then the advanced. So, we took them through basic entrepreneurship training, business management training. So, after the intermediate and then the advanced stage, they had an opportunity to apply for grants. So over 31 million Ghana cedis were disbursed as grants, and then 29,000 people were trained across the nation, and then 30,000 jobs created, and female grant receivers accounted for 70.53%. Here's the next slide. This is also a grant project which was funded by the World Bank to support MSMEs who were negatively impacted due to COVID-19. So 64 million Ghana cedis was disbursed in grants to 569 beneficiaries across the nation. The project has ended, so but then we are looking forward to other international partners to come up with grants opportunities for MSMEs in Ghana. So can we move to the next slide? So like I mentioned, the JICA National Kaizen Project, which Amanex was a beneficiary. So far, 276 businesses have been assisted, and an average lead time improved from 53 to 39%. Quality assurance and defects were improved by 75.31%. So usually with this project, we help you improve on your product quality, and then also detect if there's any problem if you are producing like what Amanex does. So with his liquid soap and air refreshness, if there's any problem with the bottling, if there's any problem with the process, the production process, we help you identify those problems and then give you solutions on how to overcome those problems, which would increase your productivity in the long run. So production was increased by 82%, 82.22%, yeah. So please, next slide. So currently, this is our project that is ongoing, which is the MasterCard Foundation Business in a Box project. So this project is to create decent and fulfilling employment opportunities for 250,000 youth, 70% of women, and then 10% PWDs through the 5 pillars. So the first pillar is the youth skills development. Under the youth skills development, there are 3 components. So we have the A to E, which is the apprenticeship to entrepreneurship. So under apprenticeship to entrepreneurship, if you have any young person between the ages of 15 to 35 who wants to learn anything vocational and technical, so maybe hairdressing, dressmaking, carpentry, electricals, auto mechanics, makeup, catering, under that component, we pair those apprentices to a mastercrafts person someone who is already in that field to train them for a period of months. And after the training, we support them with startup kits, depending on the area that you choose. So if you chose hairdressing, we are supporting with you with startup kits that a hairdresser would need. If you want dressmaking, we are supporting you with startup kits that a dressmaker would need. And then we have the apprenticeship and agribusiness to entrepreneurship. So for that one, it's those who want to venture into agric, anything agric, so catfish farming, snail farming, poultry, anything agric. That one too, we pair you with someone who is already in that field. They train you for a period of months, and then they support you with startup kits. So with this project, the support is not in monetary, it's like tangible items and then trainings. So we help you to gain access to markets, access to startup kits, youth social networks. So under the youth skills development, and then we do institutional strengthening, policy and regulatory support. If you haven't registered your business with the ORC, under this project, we are assisting women between the ages of 18 to 35 to register their business with the ORC for free. So if you are here and you are between the ages of 18 to 35, and you are a woman and you have a business that you haven't registered, I came with my colleagues. They are at the back. You can see any of them. They'll register you onto the portal and then assist you in filling the ORC form. It's for free. So the project is ending next year, so we would need to use this opportunity before it ends. Also, if you have a product that you need FDA certification, also if you're a woman between 18 to 35, yeah, so like I said, women are our priority group, so most of our projects are geared towards women empowerment. So if you have a product that needs FDA certification, we will help you with the labeling requirements, what FDA wants to see on your label. We will take you through all those steps, and then we will help you apply. And then we are also going to apply. You are applying for just one product, and it's also for free. So like I said, the project is ending next year, so we should use the opportunity as it. Yeah. So like I said, between the ages of 15 to 35 is the next slide. Next slide. Yes. So please, this is the application. If you have your phone, you can scan it, or you can just type in the link, and then it will take you straight to the BizBox portal, and then you can apply for any of the components. So for the regulatory support, the ORC, and then the FDA support, it's under the MBA component, which is MSME Business Acceleration. So if you need those assistance, that is where you would click on. But then if you want the other components, which is the A to E and then the AA to E, you'd also click on that link, and then you apply. You must be between the age range. Yeah. Here's the next slide. Yeah. So we have some success stories from our clients who have gone through our projects. So she went through the Ghana Jobs and Skills project, which she went through a 30 days training. So she progressed from the basic to the intermediate and then to the advanced, and she received a grant to push into her business. Yeah. So please, the next slide. She was also a beneficiary of the Young Africa Works project. She needed FDA for her products. So with the project, she was able to gain FDA for her products. And this is Tiwajo. She does, I don't know if you've seen this, she does black soap, Paradox. Yes, Paradox. She's the one who produces Paradox. So she's also gone through a whole lot of trainings, especially the Kaizen implementation. And then she's received an award for Kaizen. Yes, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, if there's any question, I'm free.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Please don't go fast. Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Okay, so if your business is within this district, we have an office at Wager. It's the Wager Business Resource Center. So you can register with us as a client and then benefit from our services. Thank you.
Thank you. In fact, tonight is a full of opportunities. As we can see from her presentation, we have the MasterCard and about 250, right? 250,000 youth. And the youth is from 15 to 35 years. Most especially the women, the young women, and physically challenged. So I don't want to talk so much. Now we are talking about money. We are talking about money, about business registration, how to get grants. All of them are packed here. So long as she's here today, and our brother Kingsley Gabiso, also the same business, but he is into more donor agencies. So this evening, that is the reason why, because I believe that most of us have more questions. In some more kind, and the am say, it's not compulsory that you will ask the question in English. But before then, I'd like to call the youth to come and arrange. We need about 2 chairs together with the moderator. But before the Kingdomite, before they arrange the chairs, the youth, where are they? I said they should come and put chairs over here for moderation. Let's welcome Isaac to give us a song. One song as they are doing their arrangement. Thank you very much.
Yes, as they are arranging the chairs, they play some interlude. Safina Bania, Edini Yahu, Safina Bania, Edini Baby, Safina Bania, Edini Heavy, Safina Bania, Edini Talk, Sammy Humana Makai, Humana Makai, Efiasi Nana Mitia. Efiasi Nana Mitia. Baby, I've done an army one. I'm a baby, I'm a dear Betana. When I'm sister, I'm bravo. A radia mammy free. I'm a Yama communina. I'm a Dudama communina. And then Wasiama communina. A radia mammy feeling that day. Wamami di fufro ne di diamenti asie di benkura na udia mamuya safina kwaniya edi ni yehu safina kwaniya edi be safina kwaniya edi ni yehu safina kwaniya edi ni talk kanina kame sadiya unyamia sisama brabode kanina kaminibi unyamia sisama brabode kanina kame sashi unyamia sisama brabode nani amepeja no amode de daka mo mone se onu ane yameno yemani sufri mode de daka mo sana onu ane yakubono bibi besa yansa na yeye wase emre betumi asasa bina famda anya sawe danunu bina famda dia anya sawe yanunu onyame watumi pa emre betumi asasa bina famda anya sawe yanunu bina famda dia anya sawe yanunu onyame watumi pa emre betumi asasa Samato no na misrono Any power da formo na misrono pedo Yani seguna chino na misrono Any power da formo na misrono Sebe Osri for ni senya beria Aka samble ya obi wakemua Osina da pacheno Aka bepe bro ni bi wesiribi Onfe kosia wanada kamu Emla bi bebe mehu That's right. Semi humana makai efiase na metie debi efia na me wana so mo je bebi anya me dia betina ewrade asesa ya brabode ewrade ama me free amani ama komu nyina obora dudu ama famu nyina enugwase awa komu nyina ewrade ama wo refini ndede ewrade asesa udi wama me di fufro ne di amenti asie di benkura na odi ama me oya safina kwaniya edini yehu safina kwaniya edi beni safina kwaniya edini heavy safina kwaniya edini ato kanina ka osradia onyamia sesa wa brabode kanina ka wunibi onyamia sesa wa brabode kanina ka osashi onyamia sesa wa brabode nani amupeja no dadi daka no mone se onu ane yameno yama no sufri mwadi didaka mo sana onu ane yakupono bibi besa yansana